Hey all, this is my reflection for our communication class. Um, and the concept that really stuck most with me was definitely the DISC assessment from the beginning. Um, a lot came up for me that I didn't really expect, that I didn't really see in myself. And that was really helpful just kind of like put in my back pocket, and also kind of like some other conversations that I've gone back to in my head to be like, maybe these conversations and these personality traits had to do with different disc personalities. And that was really helpful to reflect on that. Um, and I think mostly it resonated with me personally because I haven't really had many opportunities professionally to use it yet since we just learned about it. Um, but I think and I hope moving forward that it will be something that I'm able to utilize professionally because, I mean, anyway, to build communication skills is going to help personally and professionally, I feel like. Um, I definitely agree that this class and just getting a refresher course for communication is um, going to help me communicate with people that are different from me. Um, I know that doesn't help me like with all the parts of it, but at least it helps me kind of come from a place of respect and empathy and kindness and, really learn how to like listen to what somebody's saying as opposed to being like ready with the next thing to be like, oh, this is what I'm going to say, but to like actively listen and to be able to say to somebody, like, this is what I hear, this is what I understand. Um, I think everybody wants to be communicated with that way. And then for me personally, just like having kind of like my autism profile, like it'll really help for me to be able to feel more confident, to be like, hey, I might not understand what you're saying, you know, and just like ways to ask for what I need in a conversation. Um, I feel like knowing a kind of script for effective communication definitely helps you stay away from being emotionally charged. Um, there are so many feelings in I get so frustrated, and my kids get so overstimulated, and sometimes we just like talk at each other. And um, I've brought in a lot of the concepts that we've learned in this class with my kids to um, try to hopefully help them to be better communicators as well so that they don't struggle the way that I struggled. Um, and then next question is, I'm trying to learn to lead with empathy. Empathy is really hard when you have autism. I consider myself to be a kind person who is caring and mindful of emotions and changes in emotions, but I have a hard time putting myself in other people's shoes, um, especially if there's a conflict situation where I disagree, or maybe a situation that I haven't been in before. It's hard to kind of like understand what that might be. Um, I think, as everybody said, I just want to be a better communicator. Um, I think I communicate okay for me, like, you know, expressing my feelings and my thoughts and my concerns. Um, it would probably be best if I were a better listener and, worked on those skills to kind of fine tune comprehension skills as well. And as far as, what area of communication do I want to improve? Listening. Definitely listening. Um, I could talk all day, and sometimes when you don't necessarily feel like people see what you see in kind of like an eye to eye situation, it's really easy to kind of like take over the situation and like talk over people. And I really want to get better about understanding where everybody's coming from and try to assess the situation um, after I've heard what everybody else is thinking and feeling. And overall, I've really enjoyed this class. I took a communications class when I did my associate's degree back in like 2006 or 7. And I don't remember it being like this. So I appreciate everybody's contributions and feedback. Um, I appreciate Carlos, and I appreciate all the material that we've learned.